Now it's recording. We got captions going. Does anyone need any other access needs? Awesome. Okay, so hi, I'm Mia. I'm the student exec chair for HuskyADAPT, which means I get to work with a wonderful team of all of you in our exec board to do some really cool things. I'm a PhD student in mechanical engineering, so I don't see most of campus, so trying to find this building is always very fun for me. But I'm so excited to see all your wonderful faces tonight. And I'm a blonde Caucasian woman wearing a purple HuskyADAPT t-shirt. So basically, HuskyADAPT works on accessibility across the spectrum. So we work on creating a community that works on accessible design and play technology. So that includes our toy adaptation group, our design projects. Go Baby Go is our sister organization with the Ride On cars, and we do a lot of community outreach through just lectures and stuff on campus, but also going to schools and things. So toy adaptation. So toys are really important for your development. They help you explore and learn cause and effects and different things. Who here played with toys when they were little? Yeah, right? Most everyone. But sometimes they're not accessible to kids with disabilities. You have to have really good fine motor skills sometimes to hit buttons and things on them. So what we can do is make them accessible using different types of switches, like a big button switch shown over there. You want to pass it around here? We can use chin tuck switches. We can use head tilt switches, bite switches. All sorts of different things can be switches. And it's not even just using, it's really focusing on amplifying whatever abilities you have. And then what we do is we adapt a toy to use a mono audio jack, which means you can just plug in any of those switches to access the toy. So kind of what that looks like is we take the toy apart. So we take it all apart. We solder an audio jack in parallel. So those of you who haven't done any electrical engineering can start doing some electrical engineering. You get to test the toy, see if it works, and then you put it back together, package it up so a kid looks like they have a brand new toy. Who here's been to a toy deck before? Awesome. Love to see that. So we do a lot of toy adaptation workshops here on campus. It's about a 2-hour commitment where you can come in and adapt a toy, and then we donate them out to the community. So we donate them to schools, clinics, and families in the Seattle area. So last year we had 200. That's the wrong number. We had 13 toy adaptation events, not 213. We had 196 of you all participate in toy adaptation events, and we adapted 101 toys. So that's a lot of toys for the community. And then we donated 162 toys, which to 14 families, 17 schools, 7 clinics, and 2 nonprofit organizations. And we provided access for 450 kids and adults in the area. So kind of what that looks on the back end from us is when we're donating toys, we have this big spreadsheet where we try to keep track of everything. And we categorize them as green toys, which means they're ready to go out in the community. And we have 500 of those right now throughout all of our adaptation years. A lot of them are around the community right now. We have 110 yellow toys, which means it might be a little bit broken. So you can see we have good examples of yellow toys over there. They might need a little more love and care. So it might be something that didn't get fully adapted at a workshop, or maybe it was out in a clinic and kids loved it to death and they brought it back to us to fix. And then we have 89 red toys, which are toys that aren't yet adapted, but will be adapted in the next couple months by you all. So, and we're excited, and this year we're going to start switch adaptations. So our lovely exec board piloted it this year. So those lovely accessible switches that we showed off are like $75, right? It's just an injection mold. So we can adapt those by using commercial like buzzers and those dog press buttons, all those fun things. You can really easily adapt them, and we can make a switch for like $5 and get those to kids in the community. So that it's not just toys that are sometimes limited, but also switch access. And we're really excited for this year. So we said we had a lot of yellow toys, but we want to get those back out in rotation quicker. And we usually have about 1 yellow toy workshop every quarter. But instead, well, of those, we're going to have a yellow toy club where anyone who's been certified as a lead toy adapter can come and help us fix our yellow toys. So you'll get access to our yellow toy space, and you can come in and actually just work on toys whenever you want. So to get involved, we have our toy adaptation workshops. So our first one is on Thursday, October 12th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. in Madrona 311, ladies and gentlemen. So sign up will come out in the newsletter that will go out pretty shortly after this meeting. And then our lead toy adapter certification, which if you want to be part of a Yellow Toy Club, you will need to do a lot of parts of this. But basically, you'll complete safety training. You can help to lead new adapters at regular workshops. This really helps us to increase the number of workshops that we can have, because we have our lovely toy adaptation team, but it can be a lot for just 2 people to run a workshop with 30 people. So having extra hands is really useful, especially when we go out to schools and stuff, because we need kind of an adapter on each team that knows what they're doing. And our Yellow Toy Club, so you're going to have to complete that safety training, and you'll have to attended a previous toy adaptation workshop, part of the Yellow Toy Club. So, and note that information on signing up for that will be in our upcoming newsletter. Now, I think a lot of people are probably also excited about our design program. So we don't just work on toys. A lot of other individuals in our community have needs that just toys don't address, whether that be maybe modifications to a cooking device, alternative accesses for their phones, or just doing sports in general. So some of the teams, so in the past, we've had teams that pair with a community partner in the area. So whether that be something like Seattle Adaptive Sports, Outdoors for All, King County Library System, or just a general community member. So some examples of our past ones are the Step It Up app. So up here I have a picture of a app interface that was created for Seattle children to help track steps of patients while they are in the hospital. We have an accessible instrument. So up here there's a drum with lights on it. So when you have the haptic feedback from the drum, it would also have lights, so everyone will be able to see and feel it. And then we have our sports wheelchair transport up here as well, and this is somebody propelling a sports wheelchair while they're towing a regular day wheelchair with wheels piled up on it. And then the really cool thing is we have an example of it actually, is one of the design teams last year created a mechanism so that they can tow their wheelchair easier. We also put it out front, so it's pretty modular. So our design program really runs from fall, winter, and spring quarter. So design launch is next Wednesday, but in the fall quarter, it's really focused on meeting with your needs expert, finding out what really that project should look like, and starting to do some of your initial design concepts. And then winter is prototyping. So you're going from, some tape and cardboard to, maybe starting to do a little bit of 3D prints or something rough. And the spring, you're really testing and you're doing iteration. So you're doing some testing it with your user and then modifying it based on their needs. And you have a final presentation. Did I skip slide? So we have our HuskyADAPT showcase where we present our work. This should not say that. So you can communicate your work to, skip that slide. So we have our skills development workshops where you learn skills like CAD, circuitry, user testing. So we bring in different grad students sometimes to talk. Sometimes it's our lovely design chairs giving lectures. So if you don't know a skill, we'll help you learn it. We have collaborative teams to get to work with an interdisciplinary team. So this is just some pictures of regular HuskyADAPT design life, whether that be just collaborating at a workshop or working in the makerspace. You get to go on a tour of the Microsoft Inclusive Tech Lab and Advanced Prototyping Center. So you can learn about their different tools that they use in industry for lo-fi prototyping and mechanical testing. It's very fun. And then you get to present your work at the HuskyADAPT Showcase that we do in partnership with CREATE, which is the Center for Research and Education on Assistive Technologies and Experiences here on campus that generally works on accessibility, where they're kind of like student organization. But you get to really practice your communication skills. So we're communicating to researchers, industry partners, and community members. So you can attend and that was not updated, sorry. But you can, this is not completely updated, sorry about that. But our design launch is next Wednesday.
To be announced, not sure yet.
Awesome. Keeping your eyes out on the Instagram. We are still fighting with the university with the start of the school year. Things are really busy, so sometimes they don't respond to your emails quickly. But if you don't get onto a design team, you can also get involved with a design sprint, which is just a short, maybe it's a 1-day or couple day workshop where we're working on a specific need for an expert. So this is an image from our first design sprint we had last year where we were working on What were you working on last year? Mishki, what were we working on?
The device as like a prototype in a short period of time.
So for those of you who didn't hear it, they developed a prosthetic device in a short period for an individual who's lost a part of his finger so that he could play the guitar easier. So to find out more about our catathons and hackathons, keep an eye out on our Instagram newsletter. That's generally where we put all different things. Go baby go. So access to self-initiated mobility is really, really important. It triggers a bunch of developmental cascades. It helps with socialization, cognitions, independence, even just like how your brain develops aligns when you start moving on your own. But for young kids, there's not a lot of options, right? Powered wheelchairs usually aren't covered by insurance, so like 5 years of age. So one way we can address that is modifying off-the-shelf ride-on cars. So those Jeeps used to drive around the back. What we do is we rewire them so that they're accessed via a giant switch that's mounted on the steering wheel, but could also be mounted in different places depending on the child's abilities. And then we add different structural supports, whether that be a wagon on the back to pull a ventilator, different PVC and pool noodle and kickboards. It's a really, really fun workshop to be a part of. And Go Baby Go workshops kind of involve modifying these cars. It's about a 5-hour workshop once a quarter that we have. So last year we figured out 2 new models of ride-on cars. The old ones are no longer in the market. So the thing about ride-on cars is as soon as the newest Disney movie comes out, obsolete, so I have to constantly figure out new models. But we have 2 new exciting models to release this year and a joystick model. So there's a prototype of this down here. It's not quite yet ready to go out, but it's almost. One of our capstone teams last year worked on it. So this fall, you can check out the Go Baby Go workshops. So there should be one at the very end of this quarter or very early of winter quarter. And if you want to get involved more, we have a leadership team. And what are the different pillars of the leadership team? What are the different pillars of the leadership team, Ellie? Yeah. You're a Go Baby Go expert. You don't what's the pillars of the leadership team? There's the technology group.
Oh, we have technology, outreach, and community.
So yeah, so we have our technology team that's really working on development. We have our outreach team that's really working with community. And what was the other one? Sorry. And community, which is working on like creating like fostering a community of like play groups and inclusiveness. So if you guys want to participate in an event, you can register as a volunteer for our next build using this QR code, and I'll also put this up at the very end. If you want to be on that leadership team, especially the tech team's kind of fun, in my opinion, as an engineer, you can email gobabygo@uw.edu. Or you can talk to Ellie after this. And then we have our community outreach. So this is a lot of tabling at different events. So the left picture shows us at Discovery Days. Last year we did a build a switch events. So kids got to build a switch using just lo-fi materials like cardboard and paper and conductive tapes and fabrics and Play-Doh, and then got to test it out. We sometimes just go to events and just table and show off switch adapted toys so kids can see what accessibility might look like for somebody at their age. And sometimes we go to family events at places like Seattle Children's Hospital and just bring some toys and just play for a couple hours. It's a good time. So this fall, one of our big community events will be a lecture. So Dr. Sasha Portnova, who's a CREATE postdoc, will be coming and talking about her research in upper limb prosthetics. So it should be pretty interesting. And it'll be Monday, November 13th at 4 p.m. Location will be announced. And I want to introduce our lovely HuskyADAPT team. So I already introduced myself. I'm Mia, the student executive chair. We've got Alexis Garrido, who's our treasurer. He's not here tonight. We have Joy Chen, who's our outreach chair. We have Samara Kanaja and Vivian Tu, who are our communication chair. Do you guys want to say hi? We have Ellie Lim, who is our Go Baby Go chair. We have Jalen and Malin, who are our toy adaptation chairs. Aiden is somewhere, maybe? He's our toy donation for the chair. He's on his way, so if you guys want to talk with him, you can. And then we have Mishji, Neha, and Zane, who are our design chairs, and they'll be the ones you talk to about design. So, and I want to introduce our ambassador team as well. So I think some of them are around the room too. Courtney Cho, Aaron Ivong, Maya Song, and Amelia Lin. And then we have our lovely faculty advisors who aren't here tonight, but are a key part in helping us do what we do. And if you want to get involved in HuskyADAPT on a leadership side, you can join our ambassador program. So this is a great way to get involved in kind of a 2 to 4 hour a month commitment, and you're kind of working on like a specific accessibility project. So I'll talk a little bit about this in a second. And we'll also have a QR code up. I can put this up later too. But applications will close on October 20th for this. So this is really helping. You can help with toy adaptation. You can help with the design hackathons. We really want to create a digital toy library because I showed you guys that big spreadsheet of how we keep track of toys right now. So we want to create a digital toy library so families can really see what we have in stock and it can help us track our different things. We want a Switch build expert. Our toy adapters have a lot going on right now, so holding Switch workshops could be your job if you would like. You could help lead the Yellow Toy Club. This is something new we're doing this year. Again, we could always use help with that. Toy selector, right? So we want to make sure we're selecting toys that are developmentally appropriate, but also we know are going to be durable in the field. We could help with that. You could help us plan the design hackathons, or you could help with our communications team. You could take videos and put together your social media to help present us, not just for you guys all to know what we're doing, but also a lot of families in the community don't know what HuskyADAPT is and all the resources that we can help provide to them. So you can help with that initiative. And my favorite, we're going to do some new HuskyADAPT shirts this year because the one I'm wearing is basically the last of its kind. So if you if you have some graphic design skills, you can submit a t-shirt design to HuskyADAPT@uw.edu, HSKYADPT@uw.edu by the end of the month. And if you are the winning design, you'll receive a free t-shirt. So this is just some of my ideas. I just like push this stuff together, but like you guys probably have a lot better designs than like, you know, a picture pasted on top of a picture. So please help me. If you want to get involved, you can sign up for our bi-weekly newsletter to receive updates on upcoming events. Okay. And then Create. So we are sponsored by Create. And this a really good way. It's a really fun community of both undergraduate, graduate, and faculty on campus that are just focused on accessibility in general. We have a lot of really fun discussions and a lot of events with great food. But if you want to get in on some weekly accessibility talks, you could join the accessibility seminars that are on Mondays, 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. In this quarter, they're talking about the Year of the Tiger, Alex's Wong's autobiography. And for those of you who might not know, Alex Wong is a disability rights activist who's very popular in the community. And she wrote Disability Visibility, which came out in 2020. If you want to get involved with Create, you can join the Slack channel. There's postings on all sorts of different things related to accessibility. So that's including jobs, events, and any other things you might be interested in, maybe even a research opportunity if that's your style. And does anyone have any questions about HuskyADAPT? If not, we're gonna have our toyed up chairs over by the toys. If you guys want to check that out, we'll have our Go Baby Go over here by the Go Baby Go car. And we will have our design chairs over by some design projects if you guys want to check those out and ask more questions. And I'll hang around at the back of the room if you guys have general HuskyADAPT questions. Thank you all for coming tonight. I really appreciate it.